We had to stop at Aldi's because Mary really does not like the taste of her medicine, her antibiotics. She does a great job about taking it, but I like to give her something good to wash it down with. So we got some bribing power here, some ice pops and fruit snacks for her. Should get her through her 7-course day of antibiotics, but she has a long ways in. Here you go. And then I just picked up a bunch of other different fruits and vegetables. That's primarily what we needed. And they finally had these.
Oh, good.
We haven't had these in months, the potty crackers.
Yeah, those are rewards for potty. Well, how do you like that? Rewards for potty and rewards for eating your medicine.
Yes. And then these were, I usually go through about a bag a month for one of our meals, and they're usually $1.49. They were on sale, seasonal item, for 99 cents. So I picked up 4 bags. They should get me through for a couple months. And then these were marked down, sweet potato fries. Charity loves them, and we're gonna do these as part of dinner. So these were 99 cents. Normally, I think it said $4.99? $4.29, I think. It was pretty, they had a good markdown on that. So that's what we got. Oh, more bribing power. Mary loves these oranges. And they were also on sale. So how do we do, Art?
Well, it looks like you did pretty well.
Put all the cold stuff in there.
And how much were the sweet potato fries?
99 cents.
And can you get more?
I got four bags. I think that's enough for what we need.
Okay.
Got 2 cabbages. One, because I like my beef and cabbage, but also the last time I made coleslaw, the kids inhaled it. So I guess they like coleslaw now, so I picked those up. And that's a lot of food for the money that you pay for that. Grapes were 99 cents, and these were marked down to 99 cents. Again, tacos, sloppy joes, something like that this week for dinner. Today is Wednesday, and you just saw the food haul that I picked up at Aldi's. Just basic necessities we need for another week of food. But I never gave you guys an update on Mary. So the last update you saw was us leaving Albany Med with Mary at 3 a.m. So the scoop on Mary is in the last video you saw that we were at the emergent care with her, and then we ended up going to the Children's Hospital in Albany with her, and pretty much the consensus of multiple doctors that all have gotten together and discussed her case is they don't know what's wrong with her. Apparently their best guess is she got bit by something, presumably a spider, but again, they don't know that for sure. And the spider bite wasn't necessarily toxic itself, but it caused a systemic infection and a skin infection. So what we were seeing was a result from her skin being punctured, and she somehow contracted some type of bacteria in her skin, and that's what caused all these problems. So other than that, they have no idea. That's their guess. When they did her blood count and everything like that, everything looked really good. So I mean, we're not looking at anything cancer, Lyme disease, or anything like that. It just seems like she got bit by something, and it created this nasty what do you call the spot? A rash, an infection, because it started with 2 spots that the pain and fever started for the first 24 hours. Then we had the 2 spots that were very odd looking, and that's what puzzled everybody. And those spots ended up turning the infection, you could see, spread back behind her ear, down into her one lymph node on her one side. And they're not concerned about the lymph nodes because the lymph nodes, that's their job. Their job is to fight infection. And when you have a swollen lymph node, it just means that it's fighting the infection. And the fever is a sign that she's fighting the infection. All really good things. We'd be worried if she had all this red infection in these spots and no fever, because that means her body's not fighting it. But her body was fighting it. We just felt that once her fever peaked to a little over 104, that it was time to get her that secondary help, which was antibiotics. And my kids are almost never on antibiotics, but my general rule is they are there. There's a time and a place for them. And this was definitely the time or the place for them to give her antibiotics. So she is on that. She got IV antibiotics in the hospital, and now she's on a 7-day oral course of antibiotics, and we're just rolling with that because she seems, let's see, today's Wednesday, it's about 2:11. So we're looking at almost 16 hours of being completely fever-free with no Tylenol or ibuprofen, which is a huge progress because we had 3 straight days of a fever. And she was really tired of feeling very ill. So that's, I think, the rundown. We have a follow-up with her pediatrician tomorrow to see what he thinks, because we saw him yesterday. Again, we didn't film any of that. What'd you see, a big truck? See a big truck? We didn't film any of that. It just was crazy trying to, because we didn't know if we were going to go back to the children's hospital because she still wasn't feeling well yesterday, but she really seems to have turned the corner. She slept, what, 11 hours last night, Art?
Yes.
11 straight hours. She's had no fever, and she definitely seems much more her merry self. The spots are still there. I expect those to be there for quite some time because they're going to have to heal. But how do you feel, Mary? Mary, how do you feel? A lot better, she said. How do you feel, Lillian? Are you looking at the trees? So I think that's the update. We're hoping that this is the end of it, and the doctors are still puzzled as to what she had. But we are very thankful for the medical care that she's had, the team of doctors, both from the urgent care, from the children's hospital to our own pediatrician, all working together very well, communicating, figuring out what was the best course of treatment for Mary, considering just who Mary is, and treating her as an individual. So that's the scoop. We've got snacks for Mary. It's nap time, so everybody's gonna have their rest again because everybody's really tired and out of sorts from just being in the hospital and here and there and all of that stuff that gets, you know, what happens when you have an emergency like this. If you watch some of our vlogs from, let's see, was it May or when we got the food last time? I want to say it was probably in May or June. We have it's a Navy base, Art?
Yes.
It's a Navy base in our area, and they have a veterans fresh food produce type service for the veterans, and the veterans come on a certain day, I guess once a month, and they pick up all of this food as a service provided, I believe, by the county. And often there's leftovers, and so this woman offers it into the community because she doesn't, other than that it would go directly into the garbage can. So she reached out to us and asked us if we were interested in looking it over, picking up what we could use. So we did. We ended up heading up there, and we were able to pick up some wonderful fresh fruit and veggies, and then we're taking the rest that was there, and we're going to be passing that out amongst some more local community members at our church. So that's kind of a long, drawn-out explanation what's been going on in the car ride, but we wanted to give you guys the update. And thank you, everyone, for those of you who are on my Facebook page, who have maybe seen some of the pictures of Mary in the ER, you're wondering what was going on. That's the scoop. Thank you, everyone, for your prayers, and it looks like we're on the road to recovery.